And I feel like we didn't even go uh into John. And the last video was quite long and I had to stop it because I felt like I was gonna start crying. John Madden's video game legacy. This is the guy that created that masterpiece football game that we love. This guy is more than historic. I mean, if you play Madden, uh, then this guy he's a god. I love Madden football. It's one of my favorite games to play. He insisted on a real football game. It had to be a real football game. I remember it had to be a simulator type of thing, but they weren't even calling it that back then. But it was supposed to be a game that um, was supposed to feel like you were a professional football player playing football or enjoying a football game and being live in the action and control. You know, people wanted to play football, but they didn't want to get hurt or they didn't have the chance to, or whatever the case was. But Madden, his idea was to allow anybody that had that gaming system or whatever to then play real football games with real football teams. This guy was real NFL. He was a real NFL guy. Wasn't just some computer geek that thought, "Oh, I'm going to make a football game." No, this guy was from the NFL already, and he needed the computer geeks to make the game, I think. But he had all the official contacts, the official branding. They got all the real teams. Everything is official. Made sure it was 11 versus 11. He won because that's what the official one was, I'm sure. Wanted fans to learn the sport. This got like me. I never got to play the real game much. We used to play around and on each other's properties and stuff, but we never got to play. I never got to play professionally, and I never got to play in high school. And this is the only thing that I can do to enjoy such a sport that I love. Uh, he let EA Sports use an old playbook, made millions as it became iconic. And it's the reason why some people have even fell in love with football altogether. They didn't like football when they could only watch it on the TV. Like in the beginning, I liked playing it and I liked playing the game, and I didn't like watching it on TV at all. And then I once I got into the video game, I learned the rules. Because I remember when I was a kid and I used to see these guys like John Madden. And I was so poor as a kid. My dad never used to buy me any clothes. And usually when you're a kid, your dad would clothe you or whatever. Maybe in some decent attire for school. You might get a girlfriend, but my dad didn't do that. So, but when I seen people like John Madden, and he had the khaki pants with the everything like that, you get intimidated. And I said, I'll never learn these football rules, never. It just looks too complicated. I just wasn't more proper enough to be able to learn such a complex game like football. But it was Madden that helped me learn. So, wow, what a great coach he was because he developed a game that helped coach a lot of people about football. I didn't know anything about it.